In an increasingly secular world, spiritual warnings often go unnoticed or are dismissed as archaic. Yet these warnings, rooted in various religious and spiritual traditions, continue to offer profound insights and guidance on how to live a meaningful and ethical life. In this video, we'll discuss the concept of spiritual warnings, their relevance in contemporary society, and how they can help individuals navigate the complexities of modern life. The nature of spiritual warnings. Spiritual warnings are messages or signs that caution individuals or societies against certain behaviors or paths that lead to moral, emotional, or spiritual harm. These warnings are found in sacred texts, teachings of spiritual leaders, and the collective wisdom of religious traditions. They serve to guide adherents towards righteous living, fostering a connection with the divine and promoting overall well-being. Historical context of spiritual warnings. Throughout history, spiritual warnings have played a crucial role in shaping human behavior and societal norms. Ancient scriptures like the Bible, the Quran, and the Bhagavad Gita are replete with admonitions about the consequences of immoral actions. For example, the Ten Commandments in the Bible offer clear directives on ethical conduct, warning against actions like theft, murder, and bearing false witness. Similarly, the Quran warns against the perils of arrogance and injustice, emphasizing the importance of humility and fairness. In many indigenous cultures, spiritual warnings are conveyed through myths, legends, and oral traditions. These stories often illustrate the consequences of ignoring spiritual principles and the importance of living in harmony with nature and the community. For instance, many Native American tribes have cautionary tales about disrespecting the earth, which serve as spiritual warnings about environmental stewardship. Spiritual warnings in contemporary society. Despite the secularization of many aspects of contemporary life, spiritual warnings remain relevant. In fact, they may be more crucial now than ever, as modern society grapples with ethical dilemmas, technological advancements, and environmental crises. The timeless nature of these warnings offers a moral compass in an age where rapid change can often lead to moral ambiguity. Environmental degradation. One of the most pressing issues today is environmental degradation. Spiritual traditions have long warned against the exploitation of natural resources. In Christianity, the concept of stewardship emphasizes the responsibility to care for God's creation. Similarly, Hinduism advocates for ahimsa, non-violence, towards all living beings, including the environment. Ignoring these spiritual warnings has led to severe consequences, such as climate change, deforestation, and loss of biodiversity. By heeding these warnings, society can adopt more sustainable practices and work towards restoring ecological balance. Technological advancements. Technological advancements, while beneficial, also pose significant ethical challenges. The rapid development of artificial intelligence, genetic engineering, and surveillance technologies raises questions about privacy, autonomy, and the nature of human existence. Spiritual warnings about the dangers of playing God and the ethical use of knowledge are increasingly relevant. For instance, the Tower of Babel story in the Bible warns against human hubris and the dangers of overreaching ambition. In modern times, this can be interpreted as a caution against the unregulated pursuit of technological progress without considering the moral and ethical implications. Materialism and consumerism. Materialism and consumerism are pervasive in modern society, often leading to spiritual emptiness and a sense of dissatisfaction. Many spiritual traditions warn against the dangers of excessive attachment to material possessions. Buddhism, for example, teaches that desire and attachment are the root causes of suffering. The Christian Bible also warns against the love of money, stating that it is the root of all kinds of evil. 1 Timothy 6:10. These spiritual warnings encourage individuals to seek fulfillment beyond material wealth and to cultivate virtues such as generosity, contentment, and gratitude. Moral and ethical relativism. The rise of moral and ethical relativism presents another challenge. As traditional moral frameworks are questioned, there is a growing tendency to view morality as subjective and situational. However, spiritual warnings emphasize the importance of objective moral principles and the dangers of moral relativism. The teachings of major religions often stress universal values such as honesty, integrity, and compassion. Ignoring these warnings can lead to a society where moral confusion and ethical breaches become rampant. The role of spiritual leaders and communities. Spiritual leaders and communities play a crucial role in conveying and interpreting spiritual warnings. They serve as moral guides, helping individuals understand the relevance of these warnings in contemporary contexts. Through sermons, teachings, and community activities, they foster a sense of shared values and ethical responsibility. Spiritual leaders as guides. Spiritual leaders, such as pastors, imams, rabbis, and gurus, are instrumental in interpreting sacred texts and applying their teachings to modern life. They provide counsel and guidance, helping individuals navigate ethical dilemmas and make moral choices. By highlighting spiritual warnings, they remind their followers of the consequences of unethical behavior and the importance of adhering to spiritual principles. Community support and accountability. Spiritual communities offer support and accountability, creating an environment where individuals can live out their values. Regular participation in communal worship, study groups, and service activities reinforces spiritual teachings and encourages ethical behavior. These communities also provide a sense of belonging and purpose, helping individuals stay committed to their spiritual path. The intersection of science and spirituality. In recent years, there has been a growing interest in the intersection of science and spirituality. While these fields were once seen as incompatible, many now recognize that they can complement each other in addressing some of the world's most pressing issues. Scientific validation of spiritual principles. Research in fields such as psychology, neuroscience, and environmental science has provided empirical support for many spiritual principles. For instance, studies have shown that practices like meditation and mindfulness, rooted in spiritual traditions, can have significant mental and physical health benefits. Similarly, the concept of interconnectedness, central to many spiritual teachings, is echoed in ecological science, which emphasizes the interdependence of all living systems. Ethical considerations in scientific advancements. As scientific and technological advancements continue to accelerate, there is a growing need for ethical considerations. Spiritual warnings about the responsible use of knowledge and the potential consequences of technological overreach are increasingly relevant. Ethical frameworks informed by spiritual principles can guide the development and application of new technologies, ensuring they are used for the greater good. Case studies of ignored spiritual warnings. History offers numerous examples of the consequences of ignoring spiritual warnings. These case studies illustrate the timeless relevance of these warnings and the lessons they offer for contemporary society. The fall of civilizations. Several ancient civilizations, such as the Roman Empire and the Mayan civilization, ignored spiritual warnings about ethical governance, environmental stewardship, and social justice. The decline and eventual fall of these civilizations were often preceded by periods of moral decay, environmental exploitation, and social inequality. These historical examples serve as cautionary tales for modern societies, highlighting the importance of heeding spiritual warnings to avoid similar fates. Environmental disasters. The Dust Bowl of the 1930s in the United States is a stark example of the consequences of ignoring spiritual and ethical warnings about environmental stewardship. Unsustainable farming practices, driven by short-term economic gains, led to severe soil erosion and ecological collapse. The disaster resulted in widespread poverty and displacement, underscoring the importance of sustainable practices and respect for the environment. Spiritual warnings and personal transformation. On a personal level, spiritual warnings can be a catalyst for transformation and growth. By heeding these warnings, individuals can make positive changes in their lives, fostering greater well-being and spiritual fulfillment. Personal accountability. Spiritual warnings encourage individuals to take personal accountability for their actions. By reflecting on the consequences of their behavior and making amends, they can break harmful patterns and cultivate positive habits. This process of self-examination and repentance is central to many spiritual traditions and is essential for personal growth. Cultivating virtues. Heeding spiritual warnings involves cultivating virtues such as humility, compassion, and integrity. These virtues not only enhance personal well-being, but also contribute to the greater good. By embodying these values, individuals can create a ripple effect, inspiring others to follow suit and fostering a more ethical and compassionate society. Finding purpose and meaning. Spiritual warnings often emphasize the importance of living a purposeful and meaningful life. By aligning their actions with their spiritual values, individuals can find greater fulfillment and a sense of purpose. This alignment can provide direction and motivation, helping them navigate life's challenges with resilience and grace. Conclusion. Spiritual warnings offer timeless wisdom and guidance in a rapidly changing world. They address ethical dilemmas, environmental challenges, and personal struggles, providing a moral compass for individuals and societies. By heeding these warnings, individuals can cultivate virtues, make ethical choices, and contribute to a more just and sustainable world. Spiritual leaders and communities play a crucial role in conveying these warnings and fostering a sense of shared values and accountability. As science and spirituality continue to intersect, there is an opportunity to integrate empirical knowledge with spiritual principles, creating a holistic approach to addressing the world's most pressing issues. Ultimately, spiritual warnings remind us of the interconnectedness of all life and the importance of living in harmony with ourselves, each other, and the natural world. Thanks for watching.